And there we are.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, Mr. Saleh?
Yeah, it's been cool. I've been playing a lot of games today.
Have you
And
recovered from the trauma?
well, I've been losing so much this month for in Face It. It's been really boring, but yeah, what can you do? Shit happens, like you
Somehow you
said.
keep playing anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't play for a win because it's funny to play, you know. But I've actually started testing another game,
Okay, called
The Division.
The Division. So
Yeah.
it's math, right?
Not really, man.
Addition, subtraction,
It's like,
multiplication, and division.
think like FPS Diablo, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah.
It's really addictive.
Is it good?
I'm level 10 and you can level up to 30
Okay.
and then you can level up to 50 after 30. So it's like a PvP level or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not there yet, so I don't really know exactly how it works. But a lot of guys I know play it, and yeah, I'm a bit slow. I hate leveling. I think it's
I'm
uh,
slow. You should see me, how long it took for me to get to level 30 in
to get
League of
ranked.
Legends. That was that was crazy. Indeed.
I just hate leveling.
Yeah.
So how's the thing with you, man? It's all good.
Uh, yeah, it's all good. I spent a lot of last week being ill, but I feel better now, so that's nice.
It's time for us to get together.
Yeah, finally time for some PaleSports. So this is PaleSports episode 7, and
Yep.
yeah, things have been happening in esports. We've just seen IEM Katowice has been wrapped up. I bet you've been watching some CSGO this past week.
Oh yeah. Like I was working the no, I wasn't working, but I was on lawn last weekend. So and the Wi-Fi was pretty weird, so we didn't watch that many games. But the
Okay.
games I watched, like I missed like the half final, but that wasn't like the best game in that tournament.
It
Oh
was
my god!
it was okay. Maybe we're getting a little ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
but the first map was
Hmm.
crazy on in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
finals
I
between
saw that one.
Luminosity and Fnatic. My God, I I love Fnatic. I'm gonna say it. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm a great Fnatic fan in League of Legends, but I'm really starting to enjoy Fnatic in CS:GO as well.
Yeah, they
What
are
a
the best
turnaround!
in the whole world, so it's quite easy to love them when they're playing and just stomping everyone. It feels like they're on a next level. The analysts and the casters are all saying like no one can compete to Fnatic standard. They are good on every map. They can out aim anyone. They have the best team play. Like they have everything, and it's the most funniest part for me is that Flusha, who is in-game leading,
Yeah,
and Flusha, he's not the in-game leader at all. Like, and Pronex, he was full in-game leader. He has been an in-game leader for many, many years,
yeah.
and it feels like when Flusha got his in-game role, like a leader role,
Hmm.
they actually started to play better. It feels like it feels like he's I don't know. It feels like they're just play better with him as an in-game leader, and even himself is like under Olof Meister, who is the best player in the world, if you ask me. And he's under him, and he's in game leading, and everybody who have tried to be a leader knows that it's hard to concentrate on your own game But I guess when your teammates are getting kills, it's quite easy to just, okay, I don't have to say anymore. Something else. They're just running around getting headshots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
guys, this is the
then
plan.
yeah,
Headshots.
yeah, headshot only. No, but it is like that, you know, because they they're doing something good, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see here. So we're gonna talk about IEM Katowice. I was thinking earlier,
Hmm.
when we texted back and forth, like, uh, we could bring up a little list. You for CSGO and me for League of Legends.
Hmm.
So, like, what I'm thinking is we're gonna bring up two players from two different teams that we really enjoyed watching this tournament, that we thought stood out. It doesn't have to be the best players all tournament, because uh, if I'm honest, I didn't watch every map of every game of the entire tournament in League
Oh
of
my
Legends.
God,
That's
you noob.
more than I have time with. So, but the two players that stood out to me in League of Legends, and two players from two different teams that stood out to you, the team that you think was the most enjoyable to watch and why, and also one team or one player that really disappointed you in IEM Katowice.
Hmm.
So let's get into. Maybe we should start with the team. What team did you like watching the most in IEM Katowice in CS:GO?
Well, for me, it was all about the Brazilian teams, Luminosity Gaming and Tempo Esports.
Hmm.
Because they are quite new to the scene, like the CSGO scene, all the majors and stuff, and they really kicked some ass. And I was going to talk about it later, but I can just say that Brazilian guys are really showing the scene like they're here to stay. Nobody can compete with them on like the NA scene, or they just feel so consistent, you know. Like they're just like this tempo team. They're quite new to the scene,
Yeah.
and they actually have a former member from Luminosity Gaming.
Yeah, and I heard
And
that Luminosity Gaming has taken this team in like under their wing, and they
yeah,
live
they're like
their
a club
neighbors and
or
stuff
something.
like that.
Yeah, they're actually sitting in the same house playing with each other.
Yeah,
You know, not playing with each other. they're
playing against each other.
thank you very much. So yeah, it's really impressive to see them really compete at the highest level with all the pros, you know. And if you ask me, uh, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Katowice, Fnatic was playing versus Luminosity in the final, and of course they got raped 3-0 in maps, Fnatic. But if it is, there's only one team, if you ask me, who could take down Fnatic, and that's Luminosity, because Luminosity has so much passion for the game, and you can see like they have upset Fnatic a bunch of times, and they really look solid against them. So
Yeah,
uh, it
but
was
then
cool.
again, like we said, Fnatic, when they get, I mean, the first map in the finals between Luminosity and Fnatic was close. It was actually really one-sided in the beginning. Like Luminosity were playing super well. They had like 9-1 or something before Fnatic started turning it around.
Did they pause?
Oh yeah, tactical
Yeah.
pause
Yeah, and listen,
and comeback.
that's what I was going to say, because Fnatic is the team of comebacks. If they pause, Flasha goes ham after the pause. Like it's insane. It's this like every time they take a tactical pause, they're always like getting the comeback,
Yeah,
and that just shows how big that just shows how big Fnatic is, because no one can do it like that almost every time. And you know, I just. Oh, sorry, I lost where I was.
Yeah, well, it's really impressive how they can just refocus like that. You
Yeah.
take a tactical pause and then you get back because like being down like 7 or 8 maps in the first map of the finals, and I mean, usually what teams
Mm.
do when they get a really rough start is they lose the first map and then they're like, okay guys, let's refocus. This is a best of 5. Not Fnatic. They turn it around instantly. Tactical pause, and I think Luminosity had like 14 to like I don't remember 14 to 8 or something,
Hmm.
and Fnatic just they didn't lose a single round from that point on. They just went from like 8 or something and just all the way to overtime in map 1, and then yeah, and then they won overtime.
And that when you win, like when you win on overtime, the first map, you're so pumped up.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Map 2 was like, yeah, it was like watching me play versus Fnatic. Like Luminosity literally had no chance in hell in map 2.
nope.
Like that game over. It was a close series for like the beginning of map 1, and then Fnatic decided to actually win this tournament, and then it
Yeah, I'm
was
actually
like
actually checking the stats on the second map when it was 16-3 on Cash,
yeah.
and you can see the whole team in Fnatic is top 5. Like no Luminosity is top 5.
No, I think if you look at map 1 though, I think like Taco had like an insane scoreline on that map. So really night and day between map 1 and map 2.
Yeah, it's so up and down. But still, Olofmeister is shining like crazy. He really shows that he is the best player in the world.
Yeah, and he's
He's
been
so consistent, and that brings us to who I think was the best player at Katowice, and that is Olofmeister.
yeah.
Olofmeister seems just to impress everybody all the time. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. He's gonna wreck you. He's gonna like. He's so skilled, and he changes his like his play style. So the enemy doesn't really know what he's going to do, you know, because he's always learning and always doing new stuff and always sitting and playing. And I actually read a forum post on Reddit where
Hmm.
a guy like asked a couple questions to random professionals, and one guy he asked was Olfmeister, and he asked like, "What do you do except for playing professional games? So how is your training? Like, what do you kill bots? Do you like only play matchmaking, or yeah, you know what I mean?"
Hmm.
And the funny part, he's like everyone else who got the questions were like, "Yeah, I'm on deathmatch, getting warmed up with my fingers, maybe for 30 minutes, 1 hour before we go into practice." But all of my says like this: deathmatch, I just feel like I'm getting shot from behind and weird angles, and that's not the Counter-Strike I play. The Counter-Strike I play is in matches. I think you just should focus on matches. That was like his answer.
Hmm.
Like, you shouldn't play deathmatch. That was his answer. And this guy is the best player in the world. Like, and it's quite interesting because a lot of people play deathmatch,
Yeah.
including me. Like, but I actually think he has a big point in that, because in deathmatch you're just running around and shooting. You're not training angles or anything. That was his second point. That you don't learn how to play the game. You only learn how to aim. And if you have aim, you're not gonna go so far. If you have brains and game sense, you're gonna go far. Like, maybe you can go up to, like, you need the brains to compete on a higher level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
Of
I
course.
mean,
Ah, no. Yeah.
so yeah,
So he's playing matchmaking with Dennis all the time.
he's playing whatever.
Did you
But
you
he's
remember
not.
that YouTube clip I sent you where he Dennis trolls him so
Yeah.
hard and he shoots him in the face with a deagle and gets banned instantly from matchmaking? Uh, the funniest thing about that is that
So
Olofmeister
funny.
he didn't even like make that video. It was Dennis. Dennis cut out a short part of that video, I think, and tweeted it out.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
he tagged Olofmeister at Olofmeister a smiley face and just the video. Oh my god, I laughed so fucking hard. That was
And
brilliant.
and another funny part with Olaf Meister is that this guy is a really bad loser, you know. Like he's like, oh, maybe I should rephrase it to he's a really like he's a winner.
Yeah.
He gives it all, you know. And you can
Mhm.
you can see on his stats like this guy is incredible, and he's incredible. But enough talking about Olafmeister. Everybody knows Olafmeister is best in
So who's the second player from another team that you
Fuck.
think stood out this tournament?
Okay, so the second guy, this is not me. This is probably not a. What should I say? Like it's not shocking.
No, I think I know
Because
what
I'm
you're
a
gonna say.
Brazilian fan. Okay, let me see if you can guess right. Who it
Okay,
is.
I'm gonna guess that you're gonna say.
It's a Brazilian.
Yeah, I know because it's Fallen.
Yeah. How did you know that?
Well, because one of the few things that you've ever done on our Twitter account lately is log on and follow Fallen. On Twitter.
Lol.
No, but
Okay.
but seriously, like yes, you're a big Luminosity fan, and watching that finals, sure, Taco had a 6 scoreline, but the one player on Luminosity Gaming that consistently brings it is Fallen. I mean, that guy is so good. I think Fallen is such a great player.
And the funny part, he's not even the best like player in Luminosity. The best player, if you're looking at the stats, is Cold Sarah.
Yeah. Oh,
They-
he was really good as well. At finals.
Yeah, he's amazing. But still, he was a bit like off in Katowice.
Mhm.
He was, I think it was Taco who did a really good.
Oh, in map 1, Taco was crazy. He scored like, yeah,
Fur did, yeah. Everybody did a really great job, you know. Like the first really big tournament with all the pro teams, etc. Yeah, but the thing with Fallen, he can play AK, he can play pistols, he can play SMGs, he's an in-game leader, and he makes these insane plays and weird flashes, combos, smokes, everything. And his clutch plays, his game sense is so amazing. Like and that brings me to what I think is a big like what's the name for it? Like it had a big impact on why I chose Fallen for my second
his
guy.
diversity.
Not only that, but did you see the Navi game? Navi versus Luminosity?
No, I actually didn't.
I think you and I should probably check that game because that game was probably the best game I've seen in years. Like I was sitting there and I was so pumped up because these teams, Luminosity and Navi, you know there's gonna be a hell of a fight, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're rival teams and they always go to overtime, always fucking every time. And like he had hold on a minute, I'm gonna see here. Okay, Fallen on Inferno, two he had 2 in rating. He had 36-15. Like he was the top scoring guy. He was okay. Yeah. Like, and he's an AWPer, so if you get an AWPer like fired up, he's gonna help you win the game, like win the match. But I need to see Overpass because it was Overpass for me, which was the most funniest game to watch because he did something incredible, and it went 22-19, to Luminosity.
Mm-hmm. So it's close.
Yeah, it was really close. And Flamey in not to Svinser, Navi,
Yeah.
he had almost 40 frags, 39.
Wow.
Colsera 34, Taco 32, Fallen 32, Guardian 28. Like nobody was under 20 frags. You shouldn't be under 20, but over 30. And it was 4 guys. Like
That means a lot of close rounds too. It's like
exactly
not
like
a lot of one-sided rounds. A lot of people died in every round, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if you can put this up on the screen, but can you try? I'm gonna send you a link to.
I should be able to do that.
Us. Navi did some crazy stuff against Luminosity. They made 2 new boosts in the game on Overpass, and these boosts were nothing ordinary because, like, when you see that in a game when you know they are rivals, and you see when they actually work, like it's incredible. I'm gonna give you the link here.
Where are you putting it?
I'm gonna give it on Hangout, maybe. Are you online on Steam? No.
No.
Yes. No. Okay.
Put it. Can you put it in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, that probably would be much easier.
Open that link in YouTube. Okay, so it's a video that we're gonna watch here.
Yeah, this is a clutch round for Fallen. This is a big impact why this guy is one of the best players of this tournament.
Okay, so
like if
I think I'm just gonna do this. Okay, cool. I think. Oh, hang on a second. I'm just gonna do this. I think. Okay. So here
just
we go.
pause the video when you're when he comes out of the smoke. Okay.
Okay.
Such a perfectly executed strategy there. It's Gold's error. Didn't know what the hell was going on, but he's.
Okay, so now he's out of the smoke and he instantly pops somebody.
Yeah, and this is the funny part. He actually starts, sees getting the entry when they come to B, and he jumps out of the smoke and try to refrag, and he actually kills his own teammate. And then he kills the seized the entry fragger there, and now there's 104.
Okay, so now it's just Fallen against 4.
No, it's 2-4. But yeah, you could start a clip.
Reacting fast as team kills coming in.
Okay, so
Fallen actually gets seized as well. This kill is there. It's going to be Guardian. Now it's time to fall back. And it's Fallen going to be capitalizing there as well. As I said, you've won the round at that point. Why are you giving your up away?
Just keep on watching.
Still Fallen battling on here. It's
Like,
going to be a 3-on-1 situation.
now he's alone.
In the nick of time, and Navi going to be quite literally on the opposite side of the map.
And he's on the B side.
He is just
and
waving a flag saying, "Come and
he
get
went
me."
back, pause here.
17 points of health in a dream. This would be an
Pause.
ace.
okay, yeah.
And he actually ran up to underground from B. And you see the score is 12-13. And if Luminosity would have lost this round, they would have to like force buy. They couldn't like buy full weapons. And for Navi, they were only going to have pistols.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a really, really big round. And they were like in an interview, they Fallen said that his teammates were really angry and like talking like, "Come on, you need to save, blah blah blah," and like what they did wrong, and you know they were really upset about the round. And when Fallen came out on A long, he was like saying to his teammates like, "Guys, I'm trying to win the round here. Can you please shut up? I need to play." And he actually kills Guardian. Like, I mean, he actually goes to the site, gets the plant. Because they think he's like going to B or something. I don't know why they didn't go on A. They thought that he was going to save.
Yeah,
so
probably. Just save the op is probably what they think he'll do.
Yeah.
Save the op for next round and try and win that.
37. Okay, go. Start the video.
touch from Fallen.
So he has like 3 HP as well. He has no HP at all. And he hears the defuse. No, sorry. He peeks out and get a fucking insane flick. And after that, he kills the guy who's defusing. And he runs around. The bomb is ticking. He's waiting for it. And he misses the free kill. And he knows it's too late for Navi. And he gets the bomb planted. They win the round. And after this,
So they win the round, yeah.
on the round because the timer went out. That flip though. Like,
You didn't even see that on the first
No.
time.
the last guy he kills. That, yeah, you didn't even see him. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's so crazy.
So yeah, I just wanted to show you that because that's incredible. Like, it's so insane. Fallen is incredible. Is an incredible player,
Yeah.
and he's so consistent.
But that diversity that you talked about, why you know he's so good. That's what I love about Fnatic as well. Actually, the fact that you said like Olofmeister, he can run the op. I mean, that's what I love about watching Fnatic play CS:GO. It's that the AWP could basically appear on any player on the team. I haven't seen Dennis op a lot,
Dennis.
but you know, Flusha can op, Olofmeister can op, JW can op.
Yeah, and actually Olofmeister was, before he was a second entry, he actually were opper in his older teams.
Yeah, and in earlier Fnatic, people talk about JW as like he was probably the official opera of the team. Even though I saw him in an interview saying that I've never really seen myself as, you know, just an opera, but now it's like, yeah, we can go with a double op, and the two ops can go on Olofmeister and JW, or it can go on Flusha and JW, or it can go on Flusha and Olofmeister, and it's like other teams, they have one opper. They have one lurker, they have one entry fragger, and you know what you're gonna get from these players. But here you don't know if you're gonna face Olofmeister with an op, or if he's coming in like entry fragging, or what the hell's going on with Fnatic. That's such a huge strength. I mean, it's basically just to have players who are so skilled in so many things. It's just like automatically an edge in the mind game. You got such a good platform to go on in like playing with your opponent mentally, and like bringing out different strategies, and like anti-stratting on the fly. Like, okay, they're doing like this, we can switch it up and do like that instead. Just it becomes so much easier when you've got a lot of players that can use so many different tools in the game. And that's what I love about Fallen as well. It's not like it's only when he's on his AWP that he's shining. I mean, he's always so consistent, and even when things are going bad, the one player that always like gets a few kills in and like takes away some money from your opponent, gets some money to your own team, it's pretty much always Fallen whenever I see Luminosity play. Like Colt Sarah and Taco, these guys, they're when Luminosity plays really well, it seems like they're always like top fragging, and like Fallen is always like really solid. But even when the chips are down, like I don't think I've ever seen Fallen be that affected by the team not playing well, or like being in a deficit. We're down like 1 to 10. Well, Fallen is still playing well.
And if we go to the guys who didn't play so well in the tournament,
Yeah, that you're disappointed at.
yeah, like there are two teams who I was like, are you for real? Like, are you kidding me? And the first team is Virtus Pro. Like, Virtus Pro, they are playing on home court.
Yeah.
And when they played their first game and you saw like the audience, it was insane. Like, it felt like you were on a football game or something.
Yeah.
Because they fucking love their team. Like, they're huge supporters. And when you saw other teams competing against each other, it was like zero, like no people at all. But that's the thing. Virtus Pro has been changing up a lot in their in their team. They have the same old lineup, but they have changed their in-game leader, who was Snacks under Katowice. I don't know if they play with him as in-game leader now, and you could see a lot that Snacks, he couldn't like help the team to push to the finals on Katowice.
Push it to the limit.
And another guy who played really, really bad was Bialy. He was not good at all. Like, it was so sad to see. Like, but I have a, what's it called? Like, not a prediction, but this is my thought. Like,
A theory.
Yeah, a theory, exactly. And it's okay. Everybody knows Taz has been playing Counter-Strike for. Yeah, he's a living legend in Counter-Strike. But why are they mixing it up? Like, Taz has been in game leading for a long time. So my thoughts, this is just like a radical thought. Not radical. Yeah, it's radical. Maybe this means Taz will be coaching or something. Yeah, retire. Maybe. I don't know. Because they have been in a slump. Like, okay, let's see here. Since...
Hang on 1 second. Den ska vara där. Jag tror vi la tillbaka den i muggen. Var är din tandborste? Go get your toothbrush. My daughter has hidden her toothbrush. Sneaky, sneaky.
Okay, listen. So Virtus Pro is in a huge slump. They have never lost so much like they've done this year. And I'm counting from 7th December. Of 30 games, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maps. Of 30, yeah, 6 maps out of 30.
Okay.
6 maps.
So that's not even a lot of games they won.
Nope.
If they won
It's
like
maps.
7 maps.
But you have to take in consideration that the Katowice was played on best of 1 in the group stage.
Yeah, okay, so of course, but...
And they met Fnatic, so they got wrecked.
Yeah,
but
still,
like,
I mean,
30 fucking maps, and they got no wins at all. Like, it's incredible. So, I don't know. They're underperforming like crazy. And, yeah, and I'm gonna actually talk a bit about Envy as well. Because Envy is what is the rank? They actually went down to 5th rank in the whole world.
After Katowice.
I think so, yeah. Last updated 14th March, yeah. So, yeah. They had a really bad tournament as well.
Yeah.
And they actually kicked the player.
Oh, they did.
Yep. They kicked Kiyoshima.
Right after the tournament.
Yep.
That's a statement.
Yep, that's a statement. And I actually saw a video from a Navi, from a guy playing a Navi whose name is Zeus, and he was like video blogging on Katowice, and he sits behind MBK, who is Envia's in-game leader, and he's warming up on deathmatch, and he's just sitting behind him and like, whoa, nice headshot, come on, like just motivating him. And MBK say to him like, you're more motivating than my teammates are, and like sad face. So they kicked Kiyoshima. I don't think Kiyoshima is bad at all, but I guess if something not's working, I guess you need to change something up. You know,
Yeah, sometimes you just need to make a change within the group, right?
yeah, but like they are winning games. Like that's the funny part. So it's not about winning that they're losing. It's more about the chemistry in the team, and if the chemistry in the team not gonna work, yeah, you need to change something. So they actually put in a new guy called Devil who play for LDLC White, who is pretty much a random guy if you compare. Like he's a new face to the scene, and actually he's been playing quite good.
Mm-hmm.
They played against Astralis 2 days ago, and he was second top fragger with the best kill death ratio. And yeah, he's already showing that he can play on the top level. And that was against Astralis in an official like pro league game.
Mhm.
So I think that gonna motivate Envy and probably get them back to the top, I think.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's your little list of CSGO.
and also I
Katowice.
just need to make a point here for the next major.
Yeah.
These are the groups. I'm gonna link it in the chat. I don't know if I can do it. Like in Group A, you have NIP,
Yeah.
you have Luminosity, you have PaleSports, and you have Flipside. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. In Dreamhack Malmo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm thinking we're gonna end the show by you giving us some predictions for like Dreamhack Malmo.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And then you see Group B, you have FaZe, Fnatic, Splice, and Team Liquid.
It's okay. Okay, but
So-
we're gonna dive into that more later.
Yeah.
And talk about some League of Legends from IEM Katowice as well. And I'm gonna bring up my little list. So, the team that I enjoyed. Oh, actually, before we do that, I want to, as usual, give a big shout out to people who are like supporting us in social media, who are tweeting out that we're going live and making videos and stuff like that. So just a little example here, some people that have been really nice on Twitter today. For PaleSports, we've got Bronane, Peekaboo, the LOL History app, My Zucchini, Paleo Tristoci, the Colossus Network, Paleo Gaming, of course, LOL Playmaker, the Esports Summit, Chirp LOL, the Paleo Gaming sponsor. Big shout out to Chirp. Check out the Chirp app. You have to do it. TJ Rudy, we got Jamie Scorpio, just to name a few of the people who are shouting out PaleSports on social media, so keep it up.
Thank you.
We love it. Okay, so in League of Legends for IEM Katowice, the team that I enjoyed watching the most, surprise, can you guess?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Can you guess which my favorite team was
Oh
in
my
IEM
God.
Katowice?
I don't think I need to tell you
No.
because it's Fnatic. Like,
Well,
no surprise at all.
yeah, because I'm a big Fnatic fan. But the thing about Fnatic in IEM Katowice was that they have had a really sucky split so far. Not completely useless, but Fnatic have been struggling in the European LCS. However,
But they're a new team.
yeah, but in IEM Katowice, they actually went on all the way to the finals. And took out the
Who
the
were
best-
they? Yeah.
They took out the best team from China, RNG, Royal Never Give Up, in the semifinals. So a really strong showing. So it was really nice to see Fnatic get back or like not back because it's a new team, but to really find a way to play that works out well for them. So I really enjoyed watching Fnatic play. And like another thing that was so great was that they lost their first game and like went into the losers bracket, and then they faced, I think it was CLG, and they beat them, and then they got to play QG from China again that they lost to originally. They beat them, then they beat RNG from China, and it's like best of threes and best of fives going around all over. So they played like 10, 11 or like 14 games this entire tournament, whereas like, you know, Origin played like 4 or something like that. So you got to see really much from Fnatic as well.
So there were quite some close games.
Yeah, and it was like a really good practice for the team also to like play a lot of different teams from different regions, and not just one game here and then another opponent there, like in best of threes and best of fives, you know, to really try new things. And you could see that Fnatic actually grew more and more the longer the tournament went on, until they faced SKT and they lost.
Always SKT.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
But yeah, Fnatic was really great to watch, and things that hadn't been working out earlier were starting to work out during IEM Katowice. So I really enjoyed seeing that. And for my two favorite players to watch in this tournament, one of them is from Fnatic, and it's one of Fnatic's 2 Koreans. So coming into this split, Fnatic got Spirit in the jungle and Gamsu in the top lane. Spirit's like this super jungler from Korea. He played in Samsung Blue, then he went to China and World Elite and became this like solo carry guy in China. And Gamsu had been in North America and didn't play all that great over there. So people were like, yeah, Gamsu is a downgrade from Uni, and Spirit is probably going to be an upgrade from Reignover. But in this tournament, both Spirit and Gamsu played really well. But Gamsu, man, that's one of my favorite players. Gamsu played really good this tournament. Like, consistently a little more good than Spirit did. And yeah, it felt like with both Spirit and Gamsu, Fnatic have like found a way to play the game that fits them very well. And you could really see that it's starting to have like a real impact on the game when they start to like build team comps and strategies that fits around these players. And yeah, I think Gamsu was one of the better top laners in the entire tournament, actually.
But like, can you? Oh, never mind.
Never mind. Okay. But yeah, so that was really fun to see. Both Fnatic and like Gamsu, especially as an individual player, he was really great to see because he stepped it up. And my other favorite player to watch is actually from SKT, and that's their jungler Blank. Because this is also a cool storyline here. SKT has this superstar world-class jungler called Bengi who won the World Championships with them, and SKT is quite good at having subs on the team and like rotating them in. Like, everybody knows Faker is the best player in the world, but like last year or the year before that, they switched him a lot with Easyhoon. He's not playing in the team anymore, but they're working a lot with substitutes. Like a lot of league teams are like, we have these 5 players, that's it, we're only playing with them. But SKT, they can switch it around, have this guy play one game, this guy play another game, and yeah, it still works out for them. They're the reigning world champions. But what they did for IEM Katowice is they didn't even take Bengi to Poland. He stayed home in Korea to practice because he's been underperforming a little, or so I've heard. So they left their superstar jungler home in Korea to practice, and they brought Blank to IEM Katowice to give him like a lot of real real pressure experience with the team, like real competitive experience. And he played really well. Experts were like, yeah, Blank's jungling is going to be the make or break of SKT. Are they really going to be that superstar team that we know them to be, even though they're with a Blank instead of Bengi? And he played really well. I mean, it's impressive to see SKT just bring on these substitutes and like have them fill in for like these players that are untouchably good. Like Easy Hoon could sub in for Faker when he was on the team, and like, yeah, like bring it. Not feel any pressure like I'm filling the shoes of the greatest player in the world. Like, that doesn't get to your head.
His time to shine, you know. He was like it's just go for it.
Yeah. And then they do the same now. They have Blank subbing in for Bengi, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna step in here. I'm gonna be the best jungler in this international tournament here. No problem, no biggie. It's like no pressure. I don't get nervous when I need to like step up to the plate and really prove to the organization that I am this good. It's like, yeah, I rock, and it's really enjoyable to watch. SKT seems to be a very well-functioning organization, really. They must have good coaches, good scouts, good talent development, and like, yeah, and just good personnel. I mean, go to Fnatic CSGO team and tell Olofmeister that we're gonna bring in this other guy who's really up and coming, and you and him are gonna like split the games 50-50. You want to do that?
That will not happen.
But that's what happens with Faker. He's the best player in the world in League of Legends. Like, probably the best player throughout history of time in League of Legends. And they're like, yeah, Easy Hoon, he's going to play like, yeah, maybe 50% of the games in regular season in 2014. Are you okay with that? Yeah, sure. If the team says so, that's what I'll do.
I need some vacation, so I don't give a fuck.
Coaches decide I'm doing my job. I'm just the best player in the world that any team would pick up in an instant. Any team would like sell their mothers to get the money to sign Faker, and he's like, no, I'll chill for half the games. That's okay. I want to stay on SKT.
Yeah, but like, who would have said no to like full salary without playing? You know,
I think actually a lot of high profile athletes would not like having like 50% of their playtime taken away.
No, but it's a good thing, because if you play all the time, you're gonna get into a slump. You're gonna play shit, and if you're taking time off, you're gonna be so much more motivated when you're playing tournaments, and it's always like that. If you play too much, you're gonna get burned out. Like it is like that with everything, you know.
And that's a really interesting point, actually. If you like compare other sports to like esports and League of Legends and Counter-Strike, we're seeing teams like Team Liquid in League of Legends have said that they have this 10-man roster. They have like 10 players on the team, so they can sub people out, but
that's a bit.
It's the same 5 people playing most of the time anyway. But
yeah, but still, if you have 10 people, okay, it's good if someone is really bad or in a slump, but 10 people are too much, if you ask me. It's okay if they have 1 or 2, or maybe 3. But I guess,
still, I mean,
if you have
compared to like other sports, I mean, compared to basketball, you have 5 starters in basketball as well. Of course, there's the physical aspect of it. Like, you're gonna get physically exhausted and injured if you have 5 people playing like NBA basketball games for the entire time. But still, like, I'm amazed that people aren't like burned out in both CS:GO and League of Legends. They practice so many hours in their spare time. They just play this one single game, and they play on the top professional level in the world over and over and over again. And like, people like, it's most teams practically don't even have subs. They have subs if somebody like needs to go away for some really specific reason, but not because like it's healthy for a player to like sub out once in a while and not, you know, get burned out. It's the standard is that the 5 same players play every game, every map, every round. That's actually quite astonishing. I wonder if it's going to stay the same forever. If you look at Korea, that usually sets the standard. We do see more and more subs coming in, and we do see that other teams have subs and use them more, like, you know, Faker Isiun situation, like Bengi Blank kind of situation, but still not to a like very big degree. It's still, you have like 5 or maybe 6 players in a roster, because you have like one position where you want to rotate between 2 players, if you, depending on what you're facing or what you want to bring, or like just depending on who you think is playing the best right now.
Exactly.
But so yeah, uplifting to see Blank perform as well as he did, and SKT, like, they 3-0'd Fnatic. I heard someone, like some caster said like something like, yeah, they booked dinner reservations before the finals. Like, yeah, we know exactly how much time this is going to take. This is going to take 3 games, and then we're going to go to dinner, and then we're going to celebrate like playing 4 games.
But that's the
not
same
even
thing with Fnatic
realistic.
in Counter-Strike. Like, it feels like SKT is on another level.
Yeah.
Like, is there any team in the whole world who can compete with SKT, like, on
Actually,
like
in the Korean league right
in a
now,
consistent manner?
yeah, in the Korean league right now, they're not even number 1.
Really?
No.
Okay.
That's Rock's Tigers, the number 2 team from Worlds last split. So they have been playing extraordinarily well, but I think actually come Worlds, by the end of this year, I think SKT is going to be right up there again. I mean, they're so consistently good, and like, yeah, they're in a little bit of a slump now, but they lost a key player. They brought in Blank as a jungler and trying to get him in. They lost their shot caller actually in Morin, so yeah, it's like,
It's so funny to see all these roster changes and everything in League of Legends. You really have to like keep up to know everything. It's so much more like it's so much bigger than Counter-Strike.
yeah, roster changes are going around. So SKT, they're listen to this. They're number 6 in their league in Korea right now.
What?
Samsung Galaxy, CJ Entus, KT Rolster, Jenner Green Wings, and Rock's Tigers are above them.
So they lost their shot caller.
Yeah, their shot caller and the MVP of last Worlds, Morin, went to China for the monies. And SKT, they have won 6 games and lost 4. Whereas Rock's Tigers have won 11 games and lost 1. So yeah, but SKT, I think they're gonna pick it up. I think they're gonna get to playoffs. Maybe they don't win this split. I mean, maybe Rock's Tigers or someone else will like take this spring split. But I think they're gonna get it together come summer split, and then Worlds.
It feels like they are such a team that can really perform. When is the next? Are they gonna be at the major? No. Like League of Legends?
So the next international tournament is gonna be MSI, the mid-season invitational. That's like between spring split and summer split.
So it's a bit left until we can see.
Yeah, and
big dogs.
But it's always fun to see these international tournaments. So okay, so my big disappointment in IEM Katowice is actually Origin from Europe. There were 2 Western teams that did really well. It was Fnatic and it was TSM, and it was 2 Western teams that didn't do all that well, and it was Origin and CLG. I guess both of them are disappointing. And
oh, that's so sad.
yeah, And Origin have been playing like shit this entire split as well.
How
but
was Sexpicky playing? I know he was new to the team,
he's
right?
not been playing at all. He played in the spring split this last week because Power of Evil was ill.
All right.
But their plan actually, he had an interview after the game, and his plan is to like let Power of Evil practice and play pretty much all the games in spring split, so he really gets together with the team, and then in summer split they're gonna rotate more, and that's an interesting idea rather than like it feels. Usually you'd say like, okay, in the beginning we're gonna switch a little, so that you're not going to have all this pressure. I'm going to play a few games, you're going to play a few games, and then we're slowly going to rotate to just playing with you. They're doing the opposite. They want a situation where they can play with both, but in order to get him as gelled with the team as possible, they're giving him like all the practice time and all the play time. So, but they actually won one of their games with Expeke, and he looked okay, even though he hadn't practiced that much. But in IEM Katowice, Origin just looked really blank. So as an Amazing or not, they're really underperforming, and the team is just not working well together at all. So it's like Origin coming in, you had really low expectations, and it was like, yeah, it looked just as bad as you'd expect, or maybe even a little worse. And it's really sad to see them play, especially they're coming out of last year's Worlds. They're like a top 14. They've only changed one player, and he's supposed to be an upgrade mechanically. So it's really weird to like see them come in
Feels
and like
bad, man. Like I can just remember when we saw them playing against Fnatic and H2K, and it was a blast to see them. And actually, they played really good at the finals as well, right?
Yeah, they were great. They took Fnatic to 5 games. They were the only team that could challenge Fnatic in like the summer split.
But I mean Worlds as well.
Yeah, and in Worlds as well, they played really good, really, really, really good, and they went to semifinals, top 4.
But that's the funny part about League of Legends for me. Like it feels like you can't be that consistent in League of Legends. Because it's every like international tournament, best of 3 or best of 5. No, we actually talked about it. It's sometimes best of 1.
Sometimes it's best of 1s in the group stage, yeah.
Right.
And they're changing it up now. In Europe, it's going to become best of 2s in the LCS in Europe.
Yeah.
So, and I think in North America they're going to go with best of 3s. I think so. So they're changing it up a little, but that also makes it hard to be very consistent or very inconsistent. It's like, because in CSGO it's always these international tournaments. You're always playing like the best teams in the world. In League of Legends, like Fnatic is playing like the best teams of Europe for the most part, and then comes an international tournament, and they get to meet like North American teams. They get to meet the European teams that they usually
Which
meet.
they aren't playing at all.
China. They get to play Korea, and they get to play international wildcards, and all of these teams come with different mentalities, different mindsets, different philosophies on how to play the game, and then all of a sudden things get a little turned around,
Yeah, but they also cannot play against the North American teams while you're in Korea or when you're in Europe, because it's such a big difference in time, and
so you
it
have to
also
go to
lags
camps
like crazy. Yeah, and that's a bit sad if you ask me, because I think it should be more like international events, because that's the thing with the Brazilian teams. Like they have to probably double than the other teams, because they're so far off the grid. They cannot compete on the same level like Europe can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think, yeah.
Just really quick, the thing about CLG that was disappointing is that CLG, they won Summer Split in 2015. They won the North American LCS. They switched out some players. They got rid of Double Lift. They got rid of Pobelter, 2 great players, and exchanged them. And at Worlds, they didn't look very good. It was the best North American teams. They came to Worlds, didn't look very good. Then now they're one of the better teams in the North American LCS once again. And then they come to the IEM Katowice, and the thing is, they still do all these things that are so good in the North American LCS. They're strategically a very good team. They got a really good sense of how to play a lane swap and macro and split push with Darshan. You can see that they're doing the same thing, and they're doing it as well as usual, but still against international competition. It's not good enough. So that's the disappointing thing. I mean, in Origin, we at least know that when they are playing really bad right now, that's why they're losing, right? So we know that there's an extra level to Origin. But in the case of CLG, it's like, yeah, they're playing as good as they usually do, and they're still not winning against this international competition. So it's like, can we expect nothing more from CLG? Can we expect nothing more from like the other really good North American team that comes to this international tournament? So that's a little disappointing in just a complete different way. But okay, we're coming up towards the end of this show here. It's been fun to really go through IEM Katowice. And just as a closing thought, we have Dreamhack Malmo that's coming up here in Malmo, Sweden. The next major in CSGO. And the groups that you said here, they look really crazy. So we got... Yeah. Probably Luminosity taking Group A.
Well, it's gonna be interesting.
I have one question for you, because if you look at the teams that come to Dreamhack Malmo and compare them to the teams in IEM Katowice, the big difference is that we're going to get to see North American teams play Counter-Strike again.
Yep.
Right.
But
how do you think they will fare against the international competition here?
I think they're gonna get trashed.
Okay.
They're gonna get so trashed.
What are these teams doing in between? Because all the other teams, like the Brazilian teams, the European teams, they've just been to IEM Katowice. They've met each other in a big major. What have the North American teams been doing meanwhile? Are they just practicing, or are they playing like Face It Pro League games? Or what are they doing?
Let's just take Splice, for example.
Yeah.
They've been playing like 30 games or something this year, and they have only played like they've been qualifying to different leagues, and they have been losing a lot.
Okay.
They are losing towards like random Canadian people, and it's a new team on the international scene.
Yeah.
Like, these guys have never played on a major or anything. So, and these guys, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see them play. But that's the funny part with these big international tournaments. You can never know how they're gonna go. It was the same thing with Luminosity in the beginning.
Yeah.
Nobody knew how they were going to play, and it's the same thing here. Like Splice, okay, who are they? And you can just see on their team stats, they have 41 wins total and 64 losses. So yeah, they're playing. It's a new team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to fight against the top like the world scene.
And they're both in Group B.
Yeah,
Both
Team Liquid
Splice and Liquid are in Group B.
Team Liquid can actually upset Group 2, I think.
You think? Okay, so if you're thinking we got Group B, we got FaZe, Fnatic, Splice, and Liquid. Okay, so you're thinking if Liquid plays really well, Fnatic and Liquid could be the top two teams in that group. Is Liquid good enough to take out FaZe?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're really pumped up, Team Liquid, if you ask me.
So is this North America's hope right now, Team Liquid, when it comes to CSGO?
Yeah, I actually said that in another episode, that Team Liquid is probably the best team in USA right now. with the Hiko, and they kicked their in-game leader. So I think Team Liquid will be interesting to see in international game. You know, what I mean.
It's an interesting region to follow because,
Of course
what's
it
going
is.
to happen? But
They put
looky
in
here.
a new guy in Liquid, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they are gonna play.
So one last thing before we wrap this up that I want to ask is in IEM Katowice we saw a lot of nice teams. In Dreamhack we're going to see a lot of nice teams. But talking about this North America situation and the downfall that it's going through or has gone through and like are trying to get back from.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Astralis did not play IEM Katowice. Astralis is not going to play in Dreamhack Malmo.
They played Katowice.
They did?
Yeah.
I missed them. I'm going to go back and look at VODs because I'm really interested in that team. Why are we not seeing them in Dreamhack Malmo?
That's because they probably are going to play in the E-Turner League. I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's the... I don't know why. I actually don't know why.
Or are they just too new to have... Did they send out invitation and qualifications before Astralis was formed or something?
Probably. That's actually something I haven't seen or on Reddit or anything.
Because this is a super pumped team. If you're like, okay, if you're
Yeah,
gonna send out
they have
if you're
quite a
gonna
good,
send out invitations, like teams don't even need to qualify because some qualify and other teams we're just gonna invite because we decide who gets to play in our tournament.
They had a really great tournament in Katowice. They were meeting Fnatic in the semi-final. And
Yeah,
played
but like why
2-1.
doesn't Dreamhack invite Astralis? But I'm just gonna have to go and look at some VODs of them.
Yeah, you
play
need to
and-
update me on that. It's gonna be interesting. Hey, baby.
Hey,
Now
hey.
my wife came home.
All right. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see the E-League as well.
Yeah, have you seen what teams?
I not all. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna
Nip.
dig into that. But Echo
Nip.
Fox is gonna play, right?
Wait, the teams who are done are NIP, Astralis, PaleSports, Renegades from Australia, Cloud9, CLG, and Optic Gaming.
Okay. So I've heard though that a future team for the E-League is gonna be Echo Fox.
Yeah.
This is a team that's also in League of Legends right now in North America.
Yeah.
That Rick Fox has created. And the funny thing about this is he named the team Silver Fox. he named it after his beard. Because he's got a gray beard.
Oh God.
I like this Rick Fox guy. He's just this super cool guy. He decides to get into esports. And, Echo Fox, they're doing okay. There are worse teams in North American League of Legends than Echo Fox.
I don't know,
so-
man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're about ready to wrap things up here.
Yes, before we wrap things up, I just want to say to all you guys who are watching, the 12th of April, we're going to have a 24-hour live stream when I play the new game Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. And
We're
I'll
gonna
be there.
yeah.
Not for I won't be there for 24 hours, but will be there for a big part of the live stream.
Backseat gaming for 24 hours.
Oh no, if you think that I'm not going to touch the controls at all in 24 hours, you are sorely mistaken. I will hit you over the head with something and take that controller.
I'm actually gonna put a bowl under the table so I can pee on when I'm sitting at the computer. So you
Oh no,
can
please
take
don't
over
do
the
it. Is that going to be my job for those 24 hours? To go and empty the bowl whenever it gets full?
Exactly.
Oh my god, I hate my job.
But we're gonna have some really nice giveaways. I'm not gonna tell it right now, but you're gonna like it.
We can tell right now. I've already
Well,
tweeted
no.
about it. I'm actually
You need to say stuff like that to me, man.
I'm sorry, but I sent you
Oh
the
yes,
picture.
yes. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, you actually already told me.
So I'm gonna toss up the picture. This is not gonna look very good because I'm just doing this really quick from my computer here. But I'm gonna just show the picture in the stream here.
Did you mail it to me?
So this is what we got basically. We got a Dark Souls 3 24-hour stream in April the 12th. Brought to you on the Paleo Gaming Twitch channel, sponsored by the Chirp app as always. And what are we gonna give away, Sally boy?
So first of all, we're gonna give away a copy of Dark Souls 3,
Yeah,
and the guy who wins it is gonna decide which console he wants it on or whatever system he has.
yeah. So PC, PS4, Xbox, it's up to the winner, basically.
And then we're gonna give out a gaming mousepad from Paleo with a Paleo Gaming logo.
Yeah.
And we have a bonus giveaway.
But that's we can save that bonus giveaway for the stream, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna save it for later.
So
Tune in on the 12th April.
Yeah, and we're thinking also like you're gonna play a lot of some Dark Souls 2, some Dark Souls 2 before all this, when you have the time. I'm actually gonna play through the Bloodborne DLC. I haven't done that yet, so whenever I have the time and no one else is streaming on the Paleo Gaming Twitch channel, I might actually be playing some Bloodborne with the DLC just to, yeah, bring the hype for Dark Souls 3 and just to do something while I wait. So come check us out the 12th of April, please. And also do check us out for the next PaleSports, which is not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you, Sally. Thank you, John Felix. You're welcome. Thank you, Paleo Gaming, the Chirp app, and our friends over at the LOL History app. And, oh, you know what? I haven't taken you out of the picture once.
That's incredible, actually. That's the first time.
No, I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
You're not gone. You just froze. I don't know what happened.
Yay! I'm still in the picture.
You're still in the picture.
Get wrecked.
Okay, now you're back with movement. Okay, so yeah, we're actually getting better at this. We had a video in the video as well.
I like when you pause the picture. I look really weird.
Okay, so
Right,
thank
boys.
you guys
Thank you for tuning in.
watching this, and we'll see you next time.